At the Caboolture markets north of Brisbane, as people shop for fresh food, they're weighing up their choice at the ballot box.
I think we just got to stick with what got at present.
You're not convinced by Anthony Albanese in Labor?
No. Well, I've already decided who I'm voting for, which is not the current government.
The outer suburban seat of Longman is the LNP's most marginal in Queensland, with a buffer of only 3.3%. Cost of living pressures are front of mind.
I always vote for the Labor, so,
What are the issues you're voting on this election?
supporting families, and they always look for the long term of childcare and rebates and everything, Medicare, because we are low income earners.
I don't take anything for granted. All I do is try and work hard, find out what the community needs and deliver those needs.
First-term MP Terry Young took the seat off Labor last election, but Longman has regularly changed hands since 2007, and the ALP is pushing hard to get it back.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Fanning for Labor.
How are you, Rebecca?
Good, thank you.
Bribie Island, an area favoured by retirees, swung hard against Labor last election, helping to keep Scott Morrison in the lodge.
Vote Labor for a better future.
Thank you.
The ALP candidate Rebecca Fanning is trying to turn the party's fortunes around by stoking anti-Morrison sentiment.
Under Scott Morrison, things are just getting harder and harder. We now have a crisis in terms of GP and primary healthcare services. Costs of living are skyrocketing while people's real wages are going backwards, and we have an aged care system that just isn't good enough for our elderly Australians.
One of the big things with Longman is about 30% of the electorate don't vote for the major two parties. This time One Nation and the other minor parties are mostly preferencing Terry Young, so the LNP. So in Longman, I think he's in with a fighting chance, even if there is a little swing against the coalition.
I'm Paul, a pensioner from Bribie.
Labor is running ads on social media claiming the government plans to put aged pensioners on the cashless welfare card.
I won't risk my pension on Scott Morrison. Don't risk yours.
Scott Morrison calls it a disgusting lie, but Rebecca Fanning isn't backing away from the claims.
It is Scott Morrison and Anne Ruston who said that they want to apply the cashless welfare card more broadly.
But there's no current proposal to introduce it for pensioners in this electorate, is there? Scott Morrison has called that a lie.
Well, what everyone knows is that you cannot believe a word that Scott Morrison says.
Terry Young, madam, member for Longman. He's done a lot for us with all the different things, veteran centre and things like that. Terrific.
Terry Young wasn't available to speak with 7:30. In a previous interview with the ABC, he insisted voters should stick with the coalition despite inflation and interest rates going up.
We've implemented tax cuts. People are going to be $1,500 a year better off, keeping more of what they earn. That's important. The childcare rebates that we've introduced have been very, very well received.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
To the south, in the seat of Lilley, it's Labor which is battling to hold on to a wafer-thin margin. Annika Wells holds the seat by just over 0.5% after suffering a strong swing against her in 2019.
We won the seat by 1,229 votes. I took it as a lesson that nothing beats grassroots campaigning.
3 months ago, I thought Lilley was very marginal and very winnable. And if there were even a slight swing or the coalition just held its vote, that was certainly going to be in play.
But the Liberal National Party campaign has been dealt a blow. Its candidate Vivian Lobo has kept a low profile since allegations emerged he falsely claimed to be living in the electorate. The Electoral Commission has asked the Federal Police to investigate. We've just turned up here at Chermside. This is the biggest pre-poll booth for the seat of Lilley. But there's no sign of the LNP candidate Vivian Lobo, and people say they haven't seen him here on the booth. Just wondering if you guys have seen Vivian Lobo today.
Mate, I don't know, I only just got here. Yeah, so, yeah.
Does it hurt the vote not having the candidate on the booth like this?
I just got here, so I wouldn't know. Looks all right, people taking how to votes. Yeah.
I'd certainly prefer campaigning against a corflute to a candidate. That's not an enviable position for any campaign to be in, but it's also quite disrespectful to the people of Lilley.
7:30 requested an interview with Vivian Lobo, but he did not respond. In an earlier statement, Mr Lobo said he delayed moving into the rental property in the electorate due to his campaign commitments and difficulty getting tradespeople.
The coalition could mount a bit of a challenge by getting preferences and the like, but I suspect Annika Wells will be one of the more fortunate Labor members in the country.
Highest number of women apprentices, so if any of that appeals to you...
Last election, Queensland's support for Scott Morrison was crucial to another coalition term. But 3 years on, has the sentiment shifted enough to change that?
With Scott Morrison, I can't wait to see him go, quite frankly.
I think we need a change. I really do.
I vote for the Liberals, yeah. And I just think if you want an economy, focusing on economy, I'll stick to the people who are in power now.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.